Xander POV. Emma, the pack doctor, just linked me that she completed pregnancy test on Mia, and we should have results shortly. Good, I want her gone as soon as possible. I know you do, but I would like to talk to you about something. Don't even ask me to forgive her and let her stay, because I would rather die. Of course, not precious, I want her gone as well. So, what do you want to talk about? I think since she is already here, we should use her to our advantage. Emma looks at me confused. I know you were concerned about having no proof for the elders, because you hate your sister, and at that point, we believed she was still with Chase. I think we should trick her into telling the elders everything the two of them did. What makes you think she will cooperate knowing she will be in trouble for breaking werewolf law? We will convince her that if she tells the truth to the elders, we will allow her to stay here and become a pack member, vouching for her being manipulated by an older alpha. I think this is the perfect way to kill two birds with one stone. The elders will have their evidence against both Chase and Mia. Do you think we should discuss this with Sarah and Zane before we put this plan into action? I absolutely do think we should, but I wanted to discuss it with you first, because it's going to take some acting on your part. We will tell her that she is pregnant, even if she isn't, and allow her to stay in a guest room, under guard. You will have to act like you forgive her, and that she is off the hook for all she did. Are you going to be able to do that? I don't know, Xander. Every time I look at her, it makes me sick. I know, my love, but we need to ensure that you and our child are safe. Okay, I will do it. Emma POV. The Luna ceremony is in 2 days. Xander, should we wait to let her out until after that? I don't want her ruining anything for Sarah. It's your ceremony too, precious, and I am sure we can keep her under control for the ceremony. We head to Zane's office and knock on the door. As we stand waiting for it to open, I chuckle about the story Xander told me when Zane punched him in the face. I feel an arm snake around my waist. You think that's funny, precious? I know what you're thinking about. Yes, I do. That will teach you to trust your brother. The door opens and Zane smiles at me. He pulls me into a hug, earning a growl from Xander. Will you two never grow up? Careful, precious, or you might get a spanking later. I can feel my face redden, and I go to sit next to Sarah. After we catch both Sarah and Zane up on the plan, Xander and I discuss. They are both on board. We discuss some last-minute details for the upcoming ceremony. As we talk, there is a knock on the door. Zane says enter, and their mother comes walking in. Zane POV. My mother walks through the door like she owns the place. To what do we owe this unannounced visit, mother? I didn't know I had to make an appointment to see my sons. You know exactly what I mean. What did you come for, since I am sure your phone is working? I know the ceremony is in 2 days, so I made sure all the alphas got their invitations. Mother, we invited everyone we wanted to be there. You had no right to invite anyone to my pack. I want a list of every invitation that you sent. You're being ridiculous. It is a good way to increase pack alliances with other packs. She hands me the list. As soon as I see 2 names on the list, I am about to lose my SHT, and when Xander sees, he will too. Mother, what the fuck did you do? Don't you speak to me that way. I am your mother. I will speak to you any way I see fit when you are doing underhanded nonsense. I turn to my brother. She invited Alpha, Chase, and Miranda. Emma stands and walks out of the office. Xander gets up and gives our mother a look that could kill. He follows his mate after telling me to handle this. I turn to my mother. You are no longer invited to the ceremony. Do not step back into my territory until I feel you have made amends for your actions. You cannot banish me from this pack over some whore. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Sarah stand, and I let it happen. She walks up to my mother and slaps her across the face. Don't you ever speak about Emma in that way again. As the future Luna, I agree with the Alpha. You are not to return until he sees fit. I had mind-linked 2 guards to come escort my mother from the territory. When they arrive, I tell them she is no longer allowed to enter my land, and if she does, to put her directly in the cells. After she is taken kicking and screaming out of my office, I call my father to make sure he gets the truth. He apologizes for my mother and tells me he will be at the ceremony alone. I hang up and turn to Sarah. I like it when you are giving orders. It's really hot. I pull her into me. Before you try to distract me, who is Miranda? She is a girl I was with a long time ago, who wanted us to mate. My mother likes her because she is an alpha's daughter. Okay, thanks for being honest. Now where were we? Goddess, I love you, woman. Xander POV. I head to our room and find Emma laying down on the bed. I am so sorry for her, Emma. You don't have to apologize. I know you had no idea what she was doing. I can't see him, Xander. I will be calling and revoking that invitation. If he even thinks of setting foot on our land, I will rip him apart. I mind-link Zane for the Crimson Pack's information to inform them they are not invited. I dial the number and that asshole picks up on the 3rd ring. Alpha Chase, he says. This is Xander Wolfe, Beta of the Wildfire Pack, calling to inform you that if you receive an invitation to the Luna ceremony, you are not invited, so just throw it away. You're the bastard that stole my mate, aren't you? From what I understand, you and your little dick you couldn't keep in your pants is what lost you the best mate. Your loss is most definitely my gain. He growls into the phone. If you show up here, I will consider it an act of war and rip you apart, I say, before hanging up the phone. I make one more call on my brother's behalf, uninviting Miranda. Then I take Emma into my arms and hold her. My mother isn't going to stop until she has no sons at all, I think to myself, as I lay with her in my arms. Elder William. Alpha Chase, we will be leaving tonight for the Wildfire Pack, and will return after their Luna and Beta female ceremony to finish our investigation. You are going to let him keep my mate, even if you find no proof of wrongdoing on my part. Emma's mate status was never part of what we were investigating. He should not be able to keep her after I am found innocent. Again, I'll say Alpha Chase, the mating of Emma and Xander Wolfe were never in question. Furthermore, the fact that she got a second chance mate after rejecting you does not look good in our investigation. Are you saying I am guilty of those terrible things I was accused of? Of course, not, Alpha Chase. If that was the case, we would have already given you your punishment. The only thing that is in question here is if you committed a crime, not your former mate. Do you know I was also invited to the Luna ceremony by the former Luna? Maybe I should attend. I believe you were told by us that you were to have no contact with Emma until our investigation is complete. Are you threatening to go against a direct order from the elders? Of course not, Elder William, but you have to understand how distraught I am over losing my mate and my pup. I absolutely do understand how distressing that must be, but until everything is settled, I suggest you just follow our given orders. Besides that, I would think given the way Alpha Zane and Beta Xander feel about you, the outcome might not be what you hope for. Do you think I am afraid of those two, Elder William? I am saying no such thing, but I wouldn't recommend you find out what the two brothers are capable of. I will follow the elders' directions and stay away from the pack. I think that would be wise. I will see you when I and Elder Shane return. Alpha Chase. As soon as Elder William leaves my office, I want to destroy everything that old Wolf thinks I care what he and those other elders say. I don't. Emma is mine, and she will be back where she belongs with my pup. If I have to wage war on that fucking pack, I am going to send one of the Omega women, Donna, who is my plaything, to that pack to get information about their weaknesses. She can act as though she is afraid of me. Emma will surely believe her after everything I did to her first, though I am going to make that Omega Susan learn a lesson only I can teach. Just as I sit down at my desk to call downstairs, I feel the pack bond break with 4 members. I roar and mind link my Gamma Thomas, since Neil is still out looking for that whore Mia. Thomas enters and I start barking orders. Find out who just left the pack and broke their allegiance. When they are found, bring them to the cells, and I will deal with them personally. Yes, Alpha, he says, before he leaves. I tell him to send Susan to my office. Immediately I sit back down in my chair waiting for her to arrive, thinking about all the things I am going to make her do. About 10 minutes later, I get a link from Thomas that Susan and her family are gone. It appears they are the ones that broke the bond with the pack. Alpha, find them immediately and link me when you have them. Send Donna to my office now. I growl. I need to calm myself down. I need this girl to spy for me, so I can't hurt her. Donna comes into my office with a smile, and I know she wants whatever I have to give. She starts to walk toward me as I undo my pants. After I am finished with you, I want you to do something for me, Donna. Anything for you, Alpha. I smile. Just what I like to hear. Sarah POV. I am just getting out of the shower after Zane left to go handle some pack business. I put in my robe, and there is a knock at my bedroom door. As I open the door, my phone starts to ring. I usher Emma in and pick up the line. Hello, I say, and hear a familiar voice. Hello, Sarah. It's Susan. How are you? I'm okay, Susan. But by the sounds of you, you're not. What's going on? I put the phone on speaker, so Emma can hear our conversation. Emma is with me. Susan, I have you on speaker. Luna. Emma, we have missed you so much. Emma chuckles. It's just Emma now, Susan. What is going on, Susan? I was wondering if the Alpha there would let me and my family come to stay with you and your cousin. Why, what happened, Susan? Are the kids all right? Yes, the kids are fine, but I don't want to discuss what's wrong over the phone. We just need a place to stay until we find a pack. Susan, you and your family are welcome to stay and become members of our pack. Don't you have to talk to the Alpha? I don't want you to get in any trouble. That's not a problem. My mate is the Alpha. I am the future Luna. Oh, my goddess, that amazing. Congratulations. Thank you. Now just get your family here safely, and we can discuss what's going on. Thank you. We will be there soon. I hang up the phone. I hope this has nothing to do with that asshole Chase. I have a feeling it does. I just hope he didn't hurt her. Me too, Emma, but I don't put anything past that animal. Emma POV. Are you ready to do this, Xander? I think the better question, Precious, is, are you? Not really, but I have to protect our family. I take a deep breath and head toward the cells, hand in hand with Xander. The guard lets us in, and we walk to the cell that Mia is in. What do you want? Emma come to harass me some more? Actually, I have been thinking, and with Xander's help I have decided that I need to forgive you. You are my family, and I know that Chase tricked you into betraying me. He did, Emma. I swear you are my sister and I love you. I will never betray you again. I know you won't. Mia. Guard, please open the cell and let Mia out. The guard looks at Xander. Open the cell, your beta female gave you an order. The guard rushes to unlock the cell. Mia runs out, wrapping her arms around me, and it is all I can do not to throw her to the floor and beat the SHT out of her. I just keep repeating in my head, have to protect the family. Mia, we are going to show you to a guest room so you can clean up and then get something good to eat. I almost forgot to tell you congratulations. You are carrying my niece or nephew. Mia looks confused at first and then smiles at me. Thank you, Emma. I can't wait to be a mother. I am so glad the test was negative, and I don't have to feel one bit bad about what we are planning against this whore. We will have to have a guard at your door. But that's just until the investigation is over. What investigation? Mia asks. We can talk about that after you are cleaned up and eat. We have a lifetime together, sister. I wrap my arm around her, and we walk out of the prison together with Xander at my side. Emma POV. We show Mia to one of the guests' rooms, posting a guard at the door. When you're done cleaning up, Mia, let the guard know, and I'll take you to get something to eat. Mia wraps her arms around, hugging me and saying she loves me. The words are bitter on my tongue. Love you too, Mia. When she goes to hug Xander, I step in front of her. I know that we are working things out, Mia, but I am not comfortable with you touching my mate. Of course, I am sorry, Emma. I didn't even think about it when I went to hug Xander. Xander, thank you for helping my sister. Forgive me. Xander smiles and nods his head at Mia. We walk back to Zane's office. We knock and enter to let Zane and Sarah know how everything went. After giving them all the details, we head to the dining room to wait for the mind link from the guard. After about 10 minutes, the guard links me, and I head to meet Mia. We head to the dining room, and when we walk in, I can see the hatred in Sarah's eyes. Zane must realize her emotions through their bond, and wraps his arm around her. We walk over and the Omegas serve lunch to the table. I see Mia looking at Xander and Zane. She will never change, always wanting what she shouldn't have. So, Mia, you had asked about the investigation I was talking about. Yes. What investigation? I have been in the human town since Chase banished me. The elders are doing a full investigation into what Chase did to me, so that he will have no say in mine and Xander's child. Oh, I forgot to tell you, congratulations to you also. She smiles and places her hand on her stomach. It takes all I can not to gag right there. Thank you for that, Mia. Mia, since you are here, I was wondering if you might be able to help with the investigation. I will do anything I can to make amends. The elders will be coming for our ceremony, and we would like you to tell them the details of what Chase made you do. Won't I be in trouble for breaking werewolf? We talked about that, and I will vouch for you that he made you do those horrible things, and it wasn't your fault. Absolutely, then Chase deserves everything he gets. He is a bastard. Thank you, Mia. I am so glad you're here. She smiles at me, and we finish eating. After we are done, we walk Mia back to her room before we head back to Zane's office. While in the office, Zane gets a mind link that Susan is at the border. Sarah had told him to expect Susan and her family. The patrol guard are going to escort them to the conference room downstairs. We all head to meet with them. When we walk in, Susan rushes over to hug Sarah, and then me. We all sit down, and I ask one of the Omegas to take the two children to the game room and keep an eye on them. Get them a snack, please, and we will let you know when to bring them back. After the children are gone, Zane starts to speak. Zane POV. Welcome to the Wildfire Pack, Susan. Why don't you introduce us to your mate? Thank you for allowing us to come. Alpha Zane. This is my mate, John. Our two children are Patricia and Alexander. Why don't you tell us what brought you to join our pack? Alpha Chase is the reason we are here. He tried to force me. Susan's mate growls, and she began to cry. You are safe here, and he will never get to you. But I need the full story, please. I was called to bring him coffee, and when I arrived, he told me he wanted my mouth too. I told him I had a mate, and that I wouldn't do that. He wasn't happy. If the elder hadn't come when he did to the office, he would have forced me. How do you know that? He told me that it would be happening, and he was going to teach me my place. Her mate wraps his arm around Susan. I can feel my anger and hatred for this fucker growing by the minute. If it wasn't for Emma sitting in Xander's lap, he would be shifting. We would love for you to join our pack. We can do the ceremony right now. I trust my mate and she says you are good wolves. We will set you up in one of the cottages and we will get you jobs in the pack. Thank you, Alpha, thank you all. Susan and her mate say to the room. We call for the children to come back to join the pack. I perform the joining ritual, and I can feel the gaining of these new pack members. Sarah goes to show them to their new accommodations after we finish speaking. After they leave, I turn to Xander and Emma. This man has to be stopped. He is a monster and abuses his pack members for his own sick needs. Mia POV. I knew she would give in. She has always been so easy to manipulate. I will say this time, she had me a little worried. She wasn't going to, but that hot mate of hers helped me out. He probably wants me just like Chase did. I will make sure he knows that I am grateful for all his help, and hopefully this time, he will keep me and get rid of my stupid sister. I wouldn't even mind if his brother and him wanted to share me. I know twins sometimes do that. It would teach that bitch Sarah not to look down at me like she is better. She isn't good enough to be a Luna. That will be my plan, to take both of their mates. I lay on the most comfortable bed, glad to be done with the wretched job, and to have another shot at taking my sister's happiness. Zane POV. I mind link Sarah to come to my office. She enters. What's up, Zane? She comes over and kisses me. Are they all settled in? Yes, thank you for being so kind to them. You don't ever have to thank me. This is our pack, and I trust you. Speaking of that, I just got a mind link that there is a former member of your pack at the border asking for help. Who would that be? I haven't heard from anyone else. I believe they said her name is Donna. She is an Omega. That woman cannot be trusted, Zane. She was always very friendly with Chase. I just never thought anything of it then, because I didn't know what he was capable of. Maybe Chase is smarter than we give him credit, if he sent this woman here. I don't want to be wrong, so we will hear her out first, before we make any judgment. Of course, I would never want to let my own opinion cloud my judgment. That's why you are a wonderful Luna. She smiles and slides into my lap. After we are done meeting with this woman, I would like someone on one time with my Luna. You got it, Alpha. We walk into the conference room to find a very disheveled woman waiting. She rises and rushes to Sarah. Oh, my goddess, Sarah, he is a monster. He forced himself on me. I speak up. Who forced himself on you, and what is your name? I am sorry, Alpha. My name is Donna, and I am from Sarah's old pack. Alpha Chase. He forced himself on me, so I ran. Can I ask what made you come here, since there are many packs between ours? We in the pack heard that Sarah and Emma were here, so I thought I would be safe. Sarah links me. I still think she is lying. I link back, me too, but we will get to the bottom of it. Donna, for now, we will allow you to stay, but it will be under guard to protect our pack. Our pack, Alpha? She looks confused. She doesn't realize that Sarah is my Luna. Yes, ours as in mine and Sarah's pack. She is my Luna. The shock on her face is very evident, and she doesn't say any more. I will have one of the guards take you to a guest room and be posted outside until we can verify your story. Please don't tell him I'm here. Since Emma left, he has been a madman. I have no intentions of speaking to him, but I will find out if you're being honest by other means. Donna looks a little worried, but I say no more, and the guard comes to escort her to a room. How do you plan on finding out the truth, Alpha? Sarah says seductively. Your Alpha is very resourceful, I say, lifting her over my shoulder and heading toward our room. Emma POV. Today is our Luna and Beta female ceremony. I am so excited to officially be part of the Wildfire Pack. We start to get ready for the ceremony. I am wearing a blue floor-length gown. Sarah is wearing a white gown, as a Luna ceremony is equivalent to a wedding. Xander and I will be considered married, but I didn't want to wear white again. After our makeup and hair is done, we both look in the mirror. Sarah, you look beautiful, and Zane is very lucky. Right back at you, babe, you look hot. I can feel my face blush and I wave her off. Don't wave me off, you are smoking hot woman, and your mate is lucky. I hug her tightly because Sarah is my sister not by blood, but by love. A few minutes later, there is a knock on the door, telling us the ceremony is starting. We walk out and down the stairs. We are met by our father-in-law. Hello, my lovely girls, are you ready to make it official? He says, smiling at us. We both say yes in unison. He pauses for a moment. I just want to apologize for the way my mate treated you both. My sons are very lucky to have the two of you. He turns to me. Emma, I just want you to know how happy I am to have a grandchild, and I will always accept them as mine. I wrap him up in a hug. Now I know why Zane and Xander are such good men. We wrap our arm in his and head toward the garden. The most handsome man I have ever seen is standing waiting for me. We take each other's hand and Elder William winks at us. The Luna announcement is first, and both Zane and Sarah take the dagger, cutting their hands. Once the blood is mixed inside the chalice, they both drink from it, solidifying her bond with the pack. The Elder announces, Wildfire Pack, welcome your Luna, Sarah Wolfe. The pack erupts into howls and cheers. Zane stands next to Sarah with pride in his eyes. Then it's my turn. Xander and I stand next to Elder William. We repeat the process of placing blood in the chalice. Once we both drink, I can feel the connection to the pack, and it's amazing. Elder William announces me. Wildfire Pack, welcome your beta female, Emma Wolfe. I start to cry as the last piece of my old life is gone, and I am now in our world, married to Xander, having his last name. The pack again erupts into howls and cheers. We will have a pack run after the celebration to unite us with the pack. I am glad I am still early in the pregnancy, so I can shift into Ruby and run. She has been gushing today about how in love she is with our new life. I couldn't agree more. The ceremony was beautiful and there were no problems, even with Mia being present. I looked to her a couple of times during the ritual, and she had her fake smile in place. Before we exit the stage, Xander speaks to Elder William. Can we meet with you after the celebration before you head back to the Crimson Pack? Of course, find me when you are ready, Xander. We leave the stage with Sarah and Zane following behind us. Mia rushes up and hugs me, congratulating me. Thank you, Mia. The Elder is here, so after we are done with the celebration, he is going to meet with us. Anything you need, sister? Did you already tell him how it's not my fault? No, but trust me, I will take care of all of that. Thank you, Emma, you're the best sister. Mia walks away, flanked by one of the guards. You are doing well, precious. I think she believes you. I hope so. I want them both out of our lives forever. We head towards Susan and her mate. How is everything going, Susan? Your pack has been wonderful and welcoming to us. We can't thank you enough. Susan hugs me and John shakes Xander's hand. Susan, after the ceremony, I would like you to speak with Elder William about what Chase did. Of course, Emma, I would be glad to do whatever I can to stop him. We begin to walk through the tables. I see Donna seated at a table with a guard standing near her. I know she is up to no good. I remember how she was with Chase. He was probably with her too, if I am being honest with myself. I know that shouldn't bother me now, but it still pisses me off. Not because I care about Chase, but as a woman. I don't understand how you do that to another woman, Xander. What is the plan with that bitch? I tip my head in Donna's direction. Zane called Josie. She has a potion that will make her tell the truth when consumed. That's brilliant. Does Sarah know? Yes, he told her before he reached out to Josie. Good, because I won't keep secrets from her no matter if the plan is good or not. I know, precious, neither would Zane. We head towards Sarah and Zane to enjoy the celebration. Donna POV. I can't believe they are treating me like a criminal with this guard following me around. Alpha Chase will be happy when I get back to tell him about that bitch Sarah being the new Luna of this pack. I hope he rewards me with his body. I know he will never make me Luna, but I wouldn't mind being his permanent mistress. Emma never deserved him, and that Mia thought she was going to replace her sister. Speaking of her, that's interesting that she is here being followed by a guard. I know Alpha Chase will be glad to know where she is since he has been looking for her. How am I going to slip away from this guard to report to him? I will have to find a way. Mia POV. I can't wait to get this meeting over with the elder, so Emma will take this guard off of me. He is cute, but I feel like I have a shadow. I turn around and Emma and Xander are walking toward me. Mia, let's go. It's time to meet with Elder William, Emma says. Okay, I say, and follow them to what I assume will be Zane's office. When we enter, Zane, Sarah, and who I assume is the elder are seated. Please have a seat. Mia, I have some questions for you. My name is Elder William. I take a seat and wait for him to begin. Can you tell me exactly what happened at the Crimson Pack when you and Emma were there? I start telling him all the details, making Chase sound like the monster he is. When I am finished, the elder looks appalled, I assume by Chase's behavior. So, you are admitting that you participated in adultery with a mated wolf, and what's worse, your sister's mate. It was his fault. He seduced me, and I fell for it. Tell him, Emma, tell him how Chase made me do it. When I look over at Emma, she is smiling at me. Why would I do that, Mia? I won't lie to the elder. As soon as she says that, I know I am fucked. You lied to me. Why would you do that? I am your sister. Like I told you before, Mia, you are not my sister anymore. I turn to the elder. I didn't mean anything I just said. None of it ever happened. Emma is a liar and made me tell you that. I am sorry to say I believe every word that Emma said happened, and what you just told me is the only time you have ever told the truth. You will be taken for trial for your part in the violation of your sister's bond. Emma POV. After Elder William is done with Mia, the guard escorts her back to the cell. She will be held there until the elder's guards arrive to take her. I am so glad I don't have to pretend to have forgiven her anymore. We bring Susan up next to tell the elder what Chase tried to do to her. She enters the office and takes a seat in front of Zane's desk. Elder William asks Susan to give details on Chase's behavior. He tried to make me pleasure him with my mouth until you interrupted. Can I ask why when I questioned you, You didn't tell me about this incident, Elder William asks. He told me if I said anything that he would kill my mate and told me after you left, I would do what he said. I can see the anger in Elder William's eyes. He dismisses Susan and thanks her for her statement. After Susan leaves, Elder William turns to Xander and I may have one more person for you to speak with, Elder William. Who would that be, Emma? What you have provided is pretty damning already. A female Omega from Chase's pack showed up yesterday asking for protection, but we believe she was sent to spy for Chase. How will you get her to tell us if that is the case? Josie, a witch, that is a friend of Zane's, I hear a slight growl from Sarah, gave us a potion that will ensure she can only speak the truth. Zane pulls Sarah into his lap, and I chuckle. Call her up to the office, and I will offer her tea before we start the interview. Zane has the guard that is with Donna bring her to the office. There is a knock and Donna is ushered in smiling at Zane, but casts her eyes down when she sees the look Sarah is giving her. Donna, please come have a seat, Elder William says. She sits in front of him. I am sure after what Zane told me Alpha Chase did to you, you must be upset. I have some tea for you. She smiles, taking the tea and drinking it. After a few minutes he begins to ask her to explain exactly what Chase did to her. He fucked me like he always does. As soon as the words leave her mouth, she covers her mouth with her hand. Elder William, it seems that you have come to this pack telling lies. Donna's eyes get big, and I am sure she knows she is in trouble. Tell me why you came to this pack now. She doesn't answer, so I put my aura into the command. I can see her fight it, but she can't stop herself from answering. Alpha Chase sent me to spy on this pack, and that bitch, she says, pointing at Emma. I growl at her, and she quiets. Have you been having sexual relations with Chase while he was mated to Emma? Yes, Mia thought she was special, but he fooled around with all the female Omegas, mated or unmated. He didn't start having sex with us until he cheated with Mia because he knew Emma would feel the pain, but he stopped caring about being caught. I look over at Emma and she looks sick. Zane, please call for the guards to take Donna to the cells. Wait, why am I being arrested? He is the Alpha. I have to do what he says. You were not forced, you willingly participated, and from what I surmise, you would have continued given the opportunity. Am I correct, Donna? You're damn right. I would give myself to Chase whenever he wanted. She again covered her mouth with her hand. A guard walks in and takes her out of the office. I look over to Emma again, and Xander is embracing her. I am so sorry for what you had to endure at the hands of your ex-mate. He is not fit to be an alpha. I am even ashamed he is a wolf. I will be returning to the Crimson Pack to arrest Chase this evening. I am so happy the Moon Goddess gave you a good mate this time, and I will make sure that Chase has nothing to do with your pup. Thank you, Elder William, for finding the truth, Emma says. Thank you for being strong and coming forward about this abuse. I mind-link Elder Shane everything I have found, and tell him to meet with guards at Chase's pack. Xander POV. I take Emma to our room after the events of the night and the ceremony. I can tell she is exhausted. I can't believe that bastard violated their bond with all those she-wolves. I hope he suffers the way he made Emma suffer. He doesn't deserve to keep breathing, but right now, that is not up to me. If he ever comes into my territory or tries to hurt Emma again, he will die. I take Emma into the shower and just wash her. She is quiet. Are you okay, precious? I know that was a lot for you. Yes, my love, I am just glad the truth came out. I knew he was a monster. I just didn't realize he was the whole time we were together. Emma lays her hand against her stomach, and I place my hand on hers until I sink to my knees. Hello, little one, it's your daddy. I can't wait to meet you. I kiss her belly before I stand back up, kissing her lips. Thank you, Xander, for loving me and our child. You never have to thank me for that. You are my mate, and I love you and our child. I put my forehead against hers and just enjoy the feel of her. After we're done, we get into bed, and I pull her close, grateful that this bullshit with that piece of SHT Chase is finally finished. Chase POV. Neil comes into my office. Where is Mia? I told you not to return without her. Yes, Alpha, but we have located her in a place we can't go. Where is she that you can't go? She is in the wildfire pack. Son of a bitch, I roar. Get the hell out of my office. Neil leaves, and I immediately call my mother. What is it, Chase? I thought the elder left. He did, mother, but I have a bigger problem. Mia is at the wildfire pack. You are screwed if the elder talks to her while he is there. I know, that's why I am calling you. What the hell do I do now? I don't know, Chase. It seems to me that you are not going to be able to lie your way out of this. That is not helpful, mother. I hang up the phone. Neil mind links me that the elders are on their way back to the pack. I will not let them take my title or my pack. I call for the warriors to meet me in the pack yard. We will fight before I let those old bastards take my pack from me. If Emma thinks she has won, she is sadly mistaken, because if I don't get to have her, no one will. I walk around the yard and begin to prep my warriors for a fight. Chase POV. I begin to tell the warriors that the elders are coming to take our pack from us. I can see a bunch of confused warriors, since the elders are essentially the leaders of the werewolf world. Alpha, why would they do that to you in our pack? One of the warriors yells out. I need to get these wolves behind me in order to stop the elders. This is a long shot, but I refuse to hand my pack over to them. I explain what the former Luna has accused me of and how her sister lied to the elders, making them believe her. I know my pack loved Emma, so it is going to be hard for them to think she would do this, but I need them to help me. I link Neil to come forward and confirm what I am saying to my warriors. They trust me, but the more that stand with me, the better it will go. Neil comes up and confirms everything I just said, because he truly believes me. They are all sheep, and I am the lion. They follow me because I am the alpha. I tell the warriors to prepare themselves for the attack, and we wait. The females and children have been sent to the bunker until the fight is over. Zane POV. Elder William, are you sure you will have enough men should Chase decide to fight? I will be taking the elders' guards, which number about 100. Are you offering your assistance? Yes, both Xander and I would like to bring warriors and join you with bringing Chase in. Do you think you are capable of putting your anger aside and bringing him to justice without taking his life? Elder William looks at myself and Xander when he asks the question. I know that we want to see him pay for what he did to Emma, and death is too quick for him. I can promise you that we will not take his life unless it is to save our own. Xander nods his agreement to my statement. Okay then, yes, I would appreciate any help you can give, because I have a feeling that Chase has no intentions of going peacefully, and I am sure that he has persuaded his pack that we are the enemy. I hope we can do it without taking too many lives of his innocent warriors and pack. Emma walks in with Sarah, just as we finish making a plan of attack. What is going on? We want to be included in any plans. I am glad both my brother and I got a strong mate. Emma, we will be assisting the elders with taking Chase into their custody. I can see it before it leaves her mouth, and I know my brother isn't going to like it. Sarah and Emma, I will need you here watching over our pack with the warriors we leave behind. Sarah knows what I am doing, and I am hoping she goes along with my plan. Sarah smiles, but when I look to Emma, I know I am about to get it. I will not be put on the sidelines when what is happening is something that has to do with me. I put my hands up in surrender, and I can see Xander ready to jump in. Xander POV. I love my mate for wanting to see this through, but I can't have her anywhere near that asshole or his pack. Emma, I really need you to reconsider and please stay with Sarah for my sanity. She whirls on me, after she just gave Zane the death stare for what he said. I am no fragile female, and if I don't go you don't go, mate. Oh, now, I know I am in trouble. She has never called me mate with that tone. Emma, I don't want to upset you, but you are carrying our pup. What if he gets to you? Do you think he will think twice about taking you from me? I can see her features soften, but I know her resolve has not wavered. I love that you want to protect me, but this is my fight too, and I promise to stay close to you, but I need to be there for its ending so I can have peace. I know I can't deny her anything when she says that to me, but I don't have to be happy about it. I pull her in close to me and make her promise she won't leave my side. I promise, she says and kisses me deeply. I am a sucker for this woman, and I don't even care. We are going to leave immediately in the hope we can have some element of surprise. Emma POV. We head out toward the pack I once called home. We arrive at the border, and I can see that the border patrol is at their normal posts. We are going to stay hidden while Elder William and Elder Shane announce themselves with their guards present. We watch them approach and announce themselves. However, they are not met with welcome. Our Alpha has prohibited us from allowing you entry into his territory. Elder, we are sorry, but we have to follow his command, the guard patrol announces. If you do not stand down, we will take it as an act of war against the elders, and we will take the pack by force, Elder William states. The guards take fighting stance, and I can't believe that Chase cares so little for his pack to get them killed. I begin to walk toward the guard post, and when they see me, I hear them growl. Elder William steps next to me, and Xander along with Zane come to stand behind me. I was your Luna for 2 years, and now Chase has you believing that I am evil. You all knew me. Did you ever see me be anything but kind to our pack? The guards look conflicted. All I am asking you is to remember that and let us pass to do what needs to be done. I know you all think Chase is the leader you need, but I swear on the moon goddess, he is a monster and will sacrifice you all. I watch the warriors stand and sit down on the ground. Thank you. We wish harm to no other pack member. We begin the walk to the pack house and see Chase standing with all his warriors waiting for our arrival. Elder William begins to speak. Chase Nelson, for crimes committed against your former mate and Luna that have been proven true without a shadow of a doubt, we will be taking you into custody and carrying out your sentence. You will no longer be the alpha of the Crimson Pack, and from this day forward you will be considered a rogue. Furthermore, you will have no claim to the pup that your former Luna is currently carrying. Chase looks at me, and I can see the rage in his eyes. Before Chase can say anything, I begin to speak to the people that I once called my family. You know me. I would never make up allegations like this. I loved Chase once, and loved all of you. None of you would ever endure what Chase put me through. Shut up, you whore, Chase growls at me. I will have your head for being with another and turning everyone against me. I am the fucking alpha. Before any more can be said, the yard erupts with wolves everywhere. I stay close to Xander as I promised. I can see Chase trying to get to me, but when he sees Xander fighting another wolf, like the coward, he heads straight for him. Without a thought, I shift into Ruby and jump in front of Xander. I will not let him take my mate from me. When Elder William sees what I have done, he heads in our direction, jumping in front of me. Chase sinks his teeth into the elder's neck, and in flash rips his throat out. The other elders howl in pain at the loss of their brother. For a moment, all the fighting stops and the wolves from both packs look to each other. I shift back into human form. I reach down as Elder William takes his last breath and thank him for all he did. He smiles at me, and then he is gone. I look up to Chase with the hatred I have in my heart. You bastard, you know I carry your child and still you were willing to kill me. I can see the other wolves have shifted and are talking about what just happened. The alpha, not fighting other wolves, but trying to kill me, and then killing the elder who defended me. Chase begins to yell, "Shift and finish the fight." I see he has lost the support of a lot of his warriors. Based on what he just did, the few that still remained loyal to him begin to shift and come in front of Chase. The elder guards in our pack begin to fight them off, until only the warriors that refuse to shift are left standing. But Chase is gone. He ran like the coward he is. Beta Neil comes to approach the remaining elders and my pack. Xander has his arm wrapped around my waist, after he gave me a shirt to put on. We are sorry that we stood with the alpha. We know now that he lied to us, and what Emma said was the truth. Forgive us, Luna, for following him so blindly. We are sorry for the loss of Elder William, and we are willing to take whatever punishment you see fit. Elder Shane. Elder Shane speaks. You did the right thing when it mattered most, and Elder William would have been proud of you for that. Beta Neil, you will assume alpha duties until we decide how to proceed. I will do it with honor. Thank you for sparing us, Neil says. I walk up to him, and I can feel Xander isn't happy. Don't let this break this pact. You are wonderful wolves, and despite the fact that I am no longer your Luna, I will always consider you as friends. Neil reaches out to hug me, looking at Xander first, and he nods. I embrace my friend, and when we break apart, we begin to gather the injured. We carry Elder William back for proper burial. We may not have gotten Chase today, but he will not get away with anything he has done this I've Zane POV. We make it back to pack territory with both our warriors and the elders' guards. We will get everyone accommodations for tonight and figure out what to do about Chase in the morning. I call for the Omegas to take the guards and Elder Shane to guest rooms for the evening. We have Elder William's body stored until we can give him a proper burial tomorrow. I cannot believe that Bessard was willing to kill Emma and in turn his own pup. He is a monster, and when I get my hands on him, he will be no more. I go into the pack house once everyone is situated and go to our room to find Sarah. She is sitting up watching TV, as I knew she would be since I wasn't home. I can tell by your face that something bad happened. What's going on? I give Sarah all the details and watch as her eyes fill with tears. How can he be like this? What is wrong with him that he could hurt others so easily? He is a monster, my love, not a person. I won't rest until he has paid for what he did to Emma and Elder William. She wraps her arms around my neck, and I press her to me to comfort her. Xander POV. Emma and I head to our floor after everyone is situated for the night. I can tell that Emma is blaming herself for Elder William's death. Once we enter our room, I turn her to look at me. Emma, this is not your fault. She looks me in the eyes and the tears start to flow. It sure feels it's like my fault. I love you and I wouldn't change us mating for the world. But if I had just suffered in silence, none of this would have happened. I am going to pretend that statement never left your mouth. I can't believe you would even say that you would sacrifice us, or your child's happiness to undo anything. You know that is not what I meant. Elder William died protecting me. Yes, he did, as would any of us, but you know who has his blood on their hands. She looks in my face, because I haven't really ever gotten upset with her, but I am pissed right now. Not pissed about what happened tonight, pissed she is willing once again to sacrifice herself, to spare others, like she isn't important. Am I important to you, Emma? That's a ridiculous question to even ask me. You are the most important person to me. Yet you don't see how important you or your happiness is to me or those who love you. That man is a monster, and it was never going to stop. What if you had the baby and stayed with him? Do you think he would have been good to your pup? I see her face as she thinks about what I just said. She is so consumed by guilt. She isn't seeing the bigger picture. Emma POV. When Xander asks me if I think Chase would have been good to our pup, I immediately feel sick. He would have been a horrible father. He would have taught my child, if it were a boy, to be a monster, and if it were a girl, that she was good for nothing but pleasing an alpha. I jump into Xander's arms. I am so sorry. I wouldn't take anything back. I just can't believe Elder William is dead because of Chase. I pull back and Xander kisses the life out of me. When he lets me go, I swear to the moon goddess that he is the only man I would ever want and that I would take nothing back. I'm glad to hear it, because I wouldn't want this life any other way. What happens with Chase now being on the run? We are going to help the elders catch him. For what he did, I am sure his penalty will be death. I know him, Xander. He will find a way to keep coming after me and the pup until he is stopped. I know, precious, but I assure you that he is never getting to you or our pup as long as I have air in my lungs. I hug him again, hoping that they can get Chase before he does anything more to the people I love. Chase POV. That bitch, now I have killed an elder because of her. I never meant to hurt him. I only wanted her dead. For picking that beta over her mate. When I watched most of my men, including Neil, not shift, I knew I was screwed. A few men followed me, but I will never get to her with 10 men. I am going to have to try to recruit some rogues to make a pack from before I kill that bitch and the pup she carries. He will not have what rightfully belongs to me. I can find another to make me an heir, and I will become an alpha to a rogue pack. I have already tried to get to my mother, and the traitor won't even talk to me. I'll show her too. She was so worried about her precious Emma. I am her flesh and blood, not that whore. I bet I know someone that would help me get rid of Emma, and that's Sarah for good measure. She probably will even help me get my pack back. I will find a way to reach out to her and see what assistance she can offer me. Unknown POV. Ma'am, there is a man at the gates that is asking to speak to you. Me, are you sure it's not for my husband? They specifically said you not, sir. That's interesting. Do not make mention of this to my husband. I will walk out to meet the visitor. Make sure one of the guards stays near in case it's an attack or trick of some kind. Yes, ma'am, the Omega says as they leave the room. I place my coat on and head down to the guard tower near the gate. Leave the gate closed. I can speak through it and watch to make sure I am not threatened. I say to the guard, and he nods. I see a man I have never seen before standing behind the gate. By the smell of him I know he is a rogue, so I have no idea what he could want. What do you want that you have summoned me, rogue? I have a message to deliver from my alpha. Rogues don't have alphas, so don't waste my time. We do, and he says that you two have a common enemy between you that he would like to eliminate with your help. Now I'm intrigued to say the least. Set up a meeting with your so-called alpha, and we can discuss things. I will let him know you are willing to meet with him, and bring back the place and time. If this is what I think it is, I am going to get everything I want very soon, and 2 people are going to be gone from our lives. Unknown POV. I wake up in the morning, hoping to hear from the so-called alpha of rogues. I head downstairs and join my husband for breakfast. I take a seat and one of the Omegas serves me my breakfast. She trips as she walks away from the table, spilling a tray of food. Is it really that hard to hold a tray and serve food, stupid girl? That is unnecessary to speak to her that way, my husband says as he goes to help the girl. Just leave her to clean it, she made the mess and it's her job. Sit down and act like an alpha. I am not sure when you begin to think you were better than everyone else, but you are not, mate, so you better get your head on straight. My head is on just fine. I am a Luna, and she is an Omega. That is just the way it is. She is beneath me and always will be. You are going to lose everything because of your sick views, and I will not lose what I have because of you, mate, or not. He walks away with the crying Omega. He was such a strong alpha once, but he has always treated these servants as equal, which is ridiculous. My body that once craved him now is repulsed by his soft heart. I need a man that knows his place above others and puts us there. I would love to have a real alpha again that will treat me as a Luna should be treated. He barely touches me now, and I am glad, because I don't desire him anymore. Another Omega comes in, indicating to me that I have a phone call, but the caller would not indicate their name. That's fine, girl. I will take it in my room. I rush upstairs and pick the phone up. I greet the caller, and just who I hoped it is online. Chase, I was hoping it was you, but I was confused when it was a rogue that delivered your message. I understand why that would confuse you, Luna, but I can make it all clear if you are able to meet with me to discuss a plan to eliminate both of our problems. Absolutely. When would you like to meet and where? There is a diner in the human city. We can meet this afternoon, but please don't bring your husband. No worries, Alpha, it will just be you and me. I will see you soon. Emma POV. I wake up before Xander because I couldn't sleep last night. I head to shower and get dressed in a yellow sundress. We have 2 important events today. I have my first appointment with the pack doctor, and we have to bury our friend Elder William. I want to do something nice for Xander, and I head downstairs to get us breakfast before we head for our appointment. I start to gather food on a tray when I feel someone staring at me. I turn to see the eyes of that bitch Natalie on me. She is relentless. She learned nothing from her time in the cell. I get ready to turn and head out of the dining room when she comes to step in front of me. I try to sidestep her to avoid this confrontation, but she steps in front of me again. I can feel Ruby growling in my head. Be calm, Ruby. We can't shift and hurt this girl. As much as I would like to move Natalie, I am not in the mood to deal with your nonsense. Why don't you make me move, SLT? I know that bastard in your belly doesn't belong to Xander. He won't stay with you, because I will make sure he doesn't. I am about to lose my cool when I hear a female voice, and I feel I am watching the scene unfold in slow motion. Mauve is heading toward Natalie. You will shut the hell up, you whore, and never speak to Emma again in that way, and she smacks Natalie across the face. Natalie falls to the ground at my feet, and Mauve wraps her arm around me, walking me toward the stairs. I stop her. I am not going to let her deal with Natalie after I am gone. I know how Omegas can be treated. I hate to wake Xander, but this is important. I look at Mauve and smile. She looks at me curiously, and I see Natalie heading toward Mauve. I step in front of her, and Natalie pushes me, and I lose my footing and fall to the ground. No sooner do I hit the ground, and I hear a growl like I have never heard. Xander is at my side helping me to stand. As soon as I am seated in a chair, he has Natalie around the throat. Xander POV. I am having the best dreams about my sexy mate when I feel a mind link wake me. Xander Natalie tried to start with me, and Mo stepped in, which Natalie isn't happy about. I think I may need some help, so I don't have to shift. I am going to kill that she-wolf, I think, as I am throwing on shorts and a t-shirt while heading downstairs. When I get halfway, I see Natalie push Emma, and I lose my mind. I run to Emma first and help her to sit, making sure she is okay. If anything happens to my child, this bitch is dead. I get up, grabbing her by the neck. Are you out of your fucking mind? You put your hands on my pregnant mate. I will snap your neck. Obviously you learned nothing from your last stint in the cells. She is attempting to speak, and I loosen my grip. What do you have to say for yourself? She is not carrying your pup, your mother told me. She is just a whore that doesn't deserve you. That's it. You will spend the next month in the cells, and any further infraction will result in your banishment without question. You can't banish me, your mother said. I am going to be your mate, and I can give you a pup of your own. You couldn't just keep your mouth shut and take your punishment. That's fine. We'll see what the alpha has to say about what you did to his beta female and sister-in-law. I mind link Zane to join me downstairs. After a few moments, Zane and Sarah come down the stairs. Sarah rushes over to Emma, who is waving her off, indicating she is fine. Tell the alpha what you did to the beta female now. Natalie starts to plead like she is the wronged party. Never mind, Mauve, tell the alpha what she did. She tried to harass Emma when she came down for food. Emma tried to leave, and she cornered her. I heard her telling lies about Emma's baby, so I intervened and slapped her in the face. She tried to come after me, and Emma stepped in front of me, at which time Natalie pushed her to the floor. Zane's eyes turn black. What do you have to say for yourself? She shouldn't be here trying to pass off that absurd child as Xander's. Your mother told me everything. I told her that she would have a month in the cells, and she would be banished, but she continued to tell me she can't be banished because our mother told her she is going to be my mate. I want her banished from this pack, Zane. She is a threat to my mate and the beta female. Zane turns on her. Natalie Moore, you are hereby banished from the Wildfire Pack. You have a half an hour to gather your things and leave my territory. If you return, you will be killed on sight. She starts to cry and scream. 2 guards come to take her to gather her things and escort her from the pack. I rush over to Emma. Xander, I am fine. I fell on my butt. It didn't hurt me. I pick her up and I take her to the pack hospital. We have an appointment anyway. Emma POV. Xander is being his overprotective self. I am glad he took care of Natalie. She wasn't going to give up, especially with his mother putting those kinds of ideas in her head. Emma, I am sorry about Natalie and my mother. You don't need to apologize, my love. You have no control over those crazy women, I say with a chuckle. He sets me on the examining table, waiting for the doctor to come in. The doctor knocks, coming in to greet us. Hello, Xander and Emma. You're a little early for your appointment, but I can fit you in. Xander explains why he insisted on brining me early, but just like I told him, the doctor isn't worried. A fall like that would not hurt her, especially since she is still early in her pregnancy. Besides, wolves are pretty tough, doctor. Calbert says, let's check you out, Emma, to put your mate's mind at ease. I hop up on the table, and the doctor begins the scan. Unlike humans, our pregnancies only last about 5 months, so even though I am about a month along, it's like being 2.5 months. Everything looks good. The pup is an alpha, am I correct? Xander explains everything to the doctor, who looks at me with sadness in his eyes. So, Doc, this pup is mine, and you know technically I am built like an alpha, so it shouldn't be a stretch. No, you are right, and I will never share any different. Blood doesn't make us parents. Love and acceptance does. Remember that you too. I smile at the older gentleman, because he is right. Xander is my pup's dad, despite how the pup started. Would you two like to know the sex of your pup? Xander looks to me like it's my decision. I would like to know. What about you, Xander? He smiles, because I am including him in the decision, as it should be. Yes, I would like to know too. Congratulations, Emma and Xander, you are having a baby girl. I can feel my eyes well with happiness, and Xander bends down to kiss me, and then my belly. I wish life could be as simple as it is in this moment, but I know better. But I can face anything with this man by my side.